Hello, I thought that rather than waiting for me to schedule a meeting with those who want to be able to use our new file and website system, I would show you part one of how to self-serve. So I figured this video would be very helpful and that you can take it at the speed that you want to do it. I'll try to go as slow as I can, but I know that I speak quickly and I go really fast. So pause, back it up, and I'll do my best to slow it down. All right, so let's get to screen share. Let's go to website first. Okay, so this is the new website where there actually is a different background, or is a different website than the one that's currently live because I kept it really clean. I wanted to make sure everything worked before I transitioned it over to the new host. We've got to do it by July 22nd, I think, to stop GoDaddy. But other than that, this is the basic thing. We can make it more fancy if we want to later on, but at least it's functional. So a couple things I'd like you to see about the website itself is that if you go to home, which is where you land on it normally, again, I just kept it pretty simple. This part right here is good for Google searching. Essentially, it reads it, and then the name is a little more clear. I also added the little bear up at the top, so hooray. So it has a basic explanation of what we are. I've been kind of updating all this stuff. I'm going to remove this main page when it's done because it's there. And what's happening down here, these are the things that you guys will be able to post without requesting anything from me. They're called posts, and they're little short pages essentially that, and you can even see how it says LOCAC admin. You can have a username that says whatever you want to, that allows you to make a post that then will go through the slider. The other place that this appears is over here. So anything that's recent will come up there. And then it also ends up in news. So what it does here, see, this is 22 candidates for appointment. It lists out the whole thing. And if you scroll down, it's every time you do it. It's also searchable by category, but I haven't put that anywhere necessarily because I don't know if we really need to do that. But anyway, so there's that, because you can also search when you go back home on the right-hand side, there's the email address sign up, and there's also a search down here. So you can search and find this kind of stuff too, which is really cool. Okay, so I really simplified it out. The contact page now has who we are, sending a general email, as well as the executive committee information and council member information. So that's where that is if you're looking for it with people's contact email addresses. Okay, again, I showed you what news does. I know we want to add some more maps, but this is the current map that I had that I pulled off the website. And then I want to show you documents. It's super simple. Okay, we have the basic bylaws and policies and procedures for those who need it. But look at that, there's not much else. I put the useful links that we had over here. If you find that people need to find them elsewhere, great, tell me where you want to put them. But, and this is a little thing to show you how to use the search, but when you click on committee archives, it's going to bring you to a Google Drive that you don't need to be logged into. And it's anything that we've said is public. So that little person in the folder tells you that it's public. So this person can go in here and go into current minutes. They can look in the bylaws and organization. They can look at all the different archives. Like you can see there's some stuff I need to sort here. I added Larry's cool stuff that he's been forwarding to this one, so it's a separate deal. You can change, that's what the graphic is. You can change how you view it. So you can view it this way. It might be helpful for you to see who owns it. It's obviously LOCAC owns these ones because I built it. And then there's just a lot of ways to find it if you want to. And I can search things. And the problem with this, though, when I do this is it's going to pull up everything because I'm in the LOCAC account. But you can literally type in like Larry, and you can watch it all just start to pull up anything where Larry happens to be mentioned in it. It's literally able to read any of these files, which is amazing. So that's fantastic. Hooray. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back to, so that's how you find your archives. I'm going to have it so that YouTube, anytime we have these videos, it's going to automatically upload the video to YouTube, and then you'll be able to see the archive that way. And you'll also be able to search it and get the names right and stuff. But there's 57 that need to be renamed and re-archived. Not a major priority, but it'll go, it has in the file name what the date is, so you can at least see that part. So we're getting there. So then the other thing that's important is how I restructured the committee page. And again, if you don't like it, cool, we can work on it, but it's a lot easier to manage. What I was thinking is, okay, look, as somebody who doesn't know what's going on, if I click on committees, I have a really easy way to find out how to be involved. And then on top of that, it has the description, and I'd like to put who's on what committee, but I'd like to have that updated, but I think we can do that by July. But it tells you what everyone's doing and what the different committees are. and then updating the next meeting, and agenda, files, and links. So if you click on the general counsel, instead of seeing the whole archive, it's going to show you, you'll see at the top up here, current minutes and files, right? And general meetings. So I have a link just to the general meeting area. So this is going to show you like what the agenda was, what the minutes for the past one were that we have to approve. And then eventually what I do is move it over. So if I click on land use, see how it says past meeting after 2 months. So when it's sort of current and we have the 2 months, it'll be pushed into that. This one is being prepared for August. So just drop that right in there. Okay. So that is how we find it. And then these Zoom links stay permanent. They're just the room for the general counsel land use. So there's no reason to have to keep creating new links and all that stuff. It's just these rooms. You actually could have just one room if you wanted to, but we don't. And then for ease of access, here's another link for the committee archives. So again, if we click on that, man, every time I try to show you something, it's broken. I'll get there. I'll fix it as soon as I'm done with this. Okay. Now, here's the question you're going to have is, hi, I'm on the land use committee and I want to self-serve because Kristen keeps telling me I can. How do I do it? As long as you personally have access to see this little shared in here, it's going to show you that I've given access to Larry and Sue as well as LOCAC info. So these 3 people can go to that link at using the website. Not very hard to find it if you want to, and they can drop whatever file they want and just magically appears. So I'm going to change my screen. I'm sorry, I have a really big computer screen, so now it's going to get crazy looking. Okay, so now I should be sharing my whole screen. I'm going to pull something that I randomly want to drop. So here's the CAC handbook. See, I just clicked it with left finger and I'm bringing it over. It says drop files instantly, so letting it go. It's going to go down here and upload it, and voila. There it is. Now, so if we go back to, I'll just type in the website. If we go back in here, it's got to load it though. Come on, buddy. Stop screen, share screen, the whole thing. Okay. If we go back to this website and we want to see what our current minutes have, it was land use, if I remember right. It'll bop it in there and there it is. So that's how you do it. And if you don't like having that file in there, there's 2 things you can do. You can right click and there's a couple, well, there's lots of options actually. You can move it. So it'll bring up a little thing and you can move it to past if you want to. You can go back, go to public access, do whatever you want. Or if it's something that should be private, see how there's a private access one too, I think. Yeah. You can move it into there. And this one doesn't have any people on it. So you know it's private, only the LOCAC email, that nobody else can see it. You can also like drag and drop it, see how it highlights it. I'm not going to because I can't find it. And if you want to get rid of it, you just right click again, remove. Voila, it is now gone. So you don't need me to do it. So now you have the ability to add files and find files, and anything you need to do, you just search in there. You can change the view, however is best for you. And if you want to rename the file, there it is, right click, rename. Congratulations, you now have the keys to the kingdom. Thank you.